Hey you, I'm your nutrition coach. My name is Jackie Poole. Welcome to Happiness is a Healthier Habit. Let's get today's episode started. Hello, my friends. I am so excited to do this one. I am looking at my calendar right now, and I am recording this pretty much early May, and we're literally in this house for about one more week, and then the last week of school, we are going to be living in a hotel for a week, which I'm totally doing an episode on how to stay lean and fit when you are not having access to a kitchen or Whole Foods. So I'm really excited to do that because it's going to be, I think, one of the first times that I've ever had that, not access to be able to cook my own food. So I'm going to be logging and writing about that, so stay tuned. But today, I really wanted to write like a script or talk about these couple of trips that I'm going to be going, the next few weeks, next few months. I am traveling to Florida, like a little family getaway. We're only going there for a couple of days for Memorial Weekend. We are headed to Destin, and we're also headed to St. Petersburg in June. And I am not showing up unprepared, especially when it comes to my wellness and, being on the road and letting you know that it's possible to live your best life, your healthiest life while traveling. So let's get into it. Today, we're going to be talking about my wellness travel kit for me and the kids. And of course, for me is also my husband as well. Okay, before I begin with this wellness travel kit, I do want to say something that I've been doing these past couple of days because it's been so hot lately. I've been sipping some peppermint tea for like a good 5-10 minutes and then just throwing in some ice in that little bit of water and then filling the rest of the cup with like cold ice water. And this is about maybe 25 ounces, 30 ounces. And if you're wanting something refreshing, something that helps with your digestion and just helps you with the bloating and feeling good, maybe after heavy lunch, or just to have a nice refreshing drink during the summer, that has definitely been a go-to for me. Anyhow, let's get started with these road trip snacks first that I really plan on keeping with me when we are on the road. So these are quick, packable, and of course they're balanced. I think I got a little bit of everything here. Let's start off with grapes. You can never go wrong with grapes. Grapes, blueberries, raspberries, those are really cool to just take and go. They're full of antioxidants. They have a lot of water. They're great for hydration. They really fight inflammation. So grapes, blueberries, raspberries, like something fruity that if you're craving something sweet, especially for the long drives, I think those types of fruits are going to be really convenient to pack and take with you. Another thing that I'm definitely going to be packing are the chopsticks. They are high protein, grass-fed beef sticks. All my boys love them, including my husband. And recently we found one that Julian loves because he didn't like that spicy taste to it. So we converted him to the turkey flavored one. So now we have one for everyone. So this keeps blood sugar stable without, having all these cravings. It really just helps hitting that protein goal. And of course, It's really tasty and it's not messy and everybody loves them. So it's definitely a win and it's going to be going in my travel kit for sure. The next one is going to be corn nuts, but not the ones from the gas station. These are the love nuts. They are really crunchy. They're satisfying. They have a little bit of fiber in them, and the kids love them, right? They're a healthier option than chips, I think, depending on what kind of you buy. Like if you think about Doritos or Cheetos, like those are so messy. And I'm not a fan of that. So these are definitely easier to pack and go. Everybody can get their little individualized package. And they're perfect to go with a little bit of fruit, a little bit of meat. So I try to pick snacks that are really going to balance out kind of like all of my needs, right? Maybe a little bit of sweet, a little bit of fiber, protein. And so these are definitely good for carbs and just satisfying that crunch if we're craving maybe something salty or crunchy. And their size snack packables are really easy and boxed already. So definitely going in my to-go kit. The next one I did want to talk about was rice cakes. I found these kind of like rolled rice cakes that they sell at H-E-B. I forgot their names, but they're individually packaged. Some come in a little bit of sweetness with it. Some are very plain, but they're just kind of like cylinder sticks. And again, they're perfect to pack. If you want to take a nut butter with you, that can be a little more messy, but just themselves to have something crunchy again, they're not messy and they're really easy to eat and definitely going on my to-go kit. The next one is going to be cheese sticks. I love cheese. Cheese sticks are definitely always a recommendation for clients who are looking for snacks. These would be great. They are also another good source of protein. So if you pair like a cheese stick with a chopstick, that's already probably like 16, 17 grams of protein, depending on the type of cheese stick that you buy. So that's definitely going to help with satiety. It has calcium. It's really great. Not messy. The only thing with this one is you got to make sure you have like a little ice pack or a cooler to make sure to throw these in there so they don't get soggy or bad, right? Especially we're going on this really long drive and we're going super early. We're driving to both places, so we want to make sure that the snacks are good for a while, and so we're definitely going to be packing some ice packs with that. And the last one that I did want to add on here were carrots. Those are, of course, loaded with beta carotene, which is kind of like vitamin A. They are good for skin health, eye health, and great for these perfect sunny destinations that we're going to. Really easy to pack. It gives you that crunchy flavor without the messiness. And, all of these are really carb approved, mom approved. Don't make a mess. And again, keeping a little cooler or a little bag can keep all of these things fresh and good for these long drives. Next, I did want to talk about the supplements that I am going to be packing this trip. So for Memorial Weekend, I'm definitely going to be taking and keeping it really simple. I was gonna, I have my prenatals, I have my creatine, my, protein, but we're gonna be out of the house in the hotel. Like, I'm really not gonna be carrying a lot of stuff, and I'm probably gonna take my Somaderm gel, but I probably won't use it because I don't put it on the weekend. So I only use that one Monday through Friday, and then I take a break 5 days on, 2 days off. So I probably won't be using that one. But the two essentials that I'm definitely going to be taking are my peptides. the lean peptide that really helps tremendously with appetite control. I only take half the dose to make it last for 2 months. I found when I take both, it's a little bit too much for me, and I want to make sure I'm hitting my protein and eating enough food. So I think in the mornings, I kind of like to have that to keep me satiated for a longer time during the morning, because, I eat my breakfast really early. So like by 10, if I don't have these, I'm starving. So I try to make sure, even though I hit my protein, like my metabolism is wrapping up. So sometimes, if I'm trying to lean down, these really help with appetite control, and they're perfect when you're out of routine. I can really take them anywhere, anytime, as long as I have my water. Really easy to pack and carry. And what I love about them, so they actually reformulated to add L-Carnitine and CoQ10. And so those both are really great for mitochondrial health. They help target visceral fat, and you get definitely a little boost for energy when you take that one. It has a little bit of caffeine. I think it has like 10 milligrams of caffeine, but I really love to take this every day. It's a non-negotiable for me. It just helps me with kind of that food noise. If you're somebody that has that, I think that is really good to take as in conjunction with like a GLP-1 or, without a GLP-1. So I've really been a fan of that for a while now. So I love the new formulation, but that's definitely going to be something that I'm packing. And so that's the lean peptide. And I'm also going to be taking my fit peptide. And I'll use this one pre-activity for, light workouts or beach walks. I'm going to be honest, we're going to be driving. I need to be sharp on the road. I'm probably going to be taking these every day that we're on the road, just to help me give me that clean energy. And it's not like coffee. I don't get the jitters with this one. So I really like that, because when I drink coffee, like I do get jittery. I can see like my hand shaking sometimes. But when I drink just the fit peptides, it's not like that. So, those two supplements together, it's not overload. It's just targeting to support my energy, my metabolism while I'm out of routine, and it just gives me that support. I usually don't sleep well while I'm traveling. So when you don't sleep well, you know that you're more likely to have cravings. And so I'm definitely going to be taking this with me for that reason. Okay, a few other essentials that I'm going to be, taking with me. I am not messing around when it comes to Florida sun. Like, I love being out here. Texas sun is so beaming. And as I've gotten older, I've noticed, like, if I don't wear sunscreen and I'm in the sun, I start getting really itchy. I, start getting like those white spots. So if I'm going to be out in the sun, I need to make sure I have my sunscreen. So I recently went to Target and got me the Blue Lizard sunscreen for the whole fam. So I got like a kid one and a sensitive skin one, which this one has really, I've been using it since I moved down here. I found the formula here. But honestly, I've tried quite a bit of different zinc sunscreens, and it's really a love and hate relationship, because you turn white when you put it on. It doesn't come off. It's really hard to spray, to spread around. But Blue Lizard has made it super easy. It goes on so smoothly. It's, I find it at Target. It's literally one of my favorite sunscreens that I've bought in the most recent years. And I love it that it's, coral reef approved, like, it's only zinc, like its formulation, it's really well developed. It's turned to one of my favorites here that I've used so far. And so with that being said, if whatever I use for my body is definitely different from my face, something that I've been using and that I've really, really liked these past few months, especially I've been using it since probably mid-March, is my Untypical face sunscreen. So I don't use a moisturizer anymore. I pretty much just kind of slather on a little bit of sunscreen. And that's pretty much it, or like a glow serum and then the sunscreen. And I don't know if it's the sunscreen or what it is, but lately I've just been getting a lot of compliments on my skin, how young I look. And I really swear, I want to say it's because of the sunscreen. Like, I haven't done anything different. And lately, it's been quite a bit of comments like that. So, I don't know if it's just me. It's a season. God is making me feel good. I don't know. But it's definitely played a factor in the way I do my routines and how I've been doing it. And it's really great because it doesn't clog my pores. There's days that I don't wash my face at night. I forget to, or I'm too tired. So I like that. And it doesn't give you that chalky look either. Like I said, I mix it with my Glow recipe serum, and it's really a great to go to. My skin looks really nice, really dewy, glowy when I mix those two together. And I apply it in the morning after my, shower from the gym, or reapply it in the middle of the day. I've not been a fan of doing the whole makeup thing. Like, my makeup routine has been super simple. I either just put a little bit of blush, or maybe I just do like a little bit of concealer. But honestly, when I'm in the sun and about, it's really just the Glow recipe serum and the sunscreen. So definitely a need, especially we're going to Florida. We're going to be by the beach, the pool, the sun. Definitely something that we're going to be taking. And so with that, keep in mind that, so let's just kind of go over some of the things. For the road trip, we're, packing our snacks, packing our supplements, our sunscreen, definitely our main focus. But I wanted to give you some kind of like bonus travel tips, right? Things that I think should be done while we're traveling. Making sure we're staying hydrated, keeping that hydration game strong. Like, if you can, bring your electrolytes from Make Wellness or Element Tea, especially for those hot long days, or if we're not drinking enough water. Like, electrolytes will definitely help. Moving our body, we do we're going to be in the car quite a bit on the way there and on the way back. But something that I did like a few years ago when we went to Florida, the last time I was there in Destin was probably when Julian was like 6 or 9 months old. And that trip was weird. It wasn't like the best trip. It was just different and not what I expected. I took the whole kids, and, my husband didn't get to go. And it wasn't the best trip that I had to Destin. I've been to Destin quite a bit of times in my 34 years of being alive, but the last one I don't remember being like, oh, I had the best time. So I really want to make an effort to enjoy this one. But I do remember that I would go on walks in the mornings. Like, I would leave Julian with my mom, and I would just go and walk super early in the mornings at the beach. The hotel where we were at had a gym, so I was making sure that I was moving. I was, doing a gym workout or walking in the morning, especially out on the beach with, being barefoot. I think that's just a great way to connect with yourself, with nature, and, enjoy some quiet time while everybody's still asleep and the beach is still empty. So I think those are great times to get, moving and enjoying your time. And it just keeps the kids, you can take the kids, you can do it by yourself, however it helps, but keep moving throughout the day. So I mentioned sleep earlier, right? That I'm not doing my gel because it's going to be mostly in the weekend. And usually I do my gel on Monday through Friday. And so the sleep setup, I am going to be bringing my face mask that I've been using lately. I am going to be bringing my white noise machine that I take because we are traveling. That's going to be in my suitcase. So I'm actually excited that I always kind of miss it when I'm traveling because I'm so used to it. So I'm excited that I'll be able to take that with me when we go to Florida. And so that's really helpful to just kind of trigger my body, my brain. Like when I put my face mask and my machine on, like it just signals to me that it's bedtime. So it really helps me wind down, especially after full days of being out in the sun or driving. That's definitely something that I am going to need. And lastly, it's definitely going to have like this mindset shift that maybe sometimes we need to keep telling ourselves, or, sometimes like we throw on, oh, I'm on vacation, I can do whatever I want, right? But I'm expanding my routine, not abandoning it, right? We want to change it if we need to, pivot if we need to, whatever helps you feel more calm or intentional. It's not that all or nothing, right? A lot of people are like, oh, well, I messed up from vacation. I can't really get back into routine, or I don't want that to be for you. I don't want that to be for me. And I've never seen it that way. Of course, I'm going to enjoy traveling, but always focusing on like, okay, let me make sure I move, making sure I'm eating my veggies, making sure I'm hitting my protein, but being mindful, intentional, right? It's not always like, oh my gosh, what do I, forcing myself and indulging in the little things as well. Making it fun. I think it's been a while since we've took a family vacation, and actually the trip that we're going to St. Petersburg, I'm taking my parents, so I'm excited that we're all going to get together and do that. And just to wrap this up, like I said, travel doesn't mean you're starting over or vacation, when it comes to wellness. I think for me, it's about bringing the tools that I can with me. Maybe staying open or curious about maybe trying new things, or, changing things up, and not giving up on yourself and giving yourself permission to enjoy while still honoring where you're heading, right? Again, is that mind shift of just being open. And so whether you're packing for Memorial Weekend or planning for, a lot more other summer adventures, I really hope this gives you a little peek into how I approach wellness on the go, for myself, for my kids. And sometimes it's not going to be perfect, but I do what I can, and we'll figure it out as we go. And so I will be on Instagram showing everything that I have and everything that I'm taking those days. So follow me on those days and on my trips. Let me know what's in your travel wellness kit. What are you taking when you're traveling? A lot of people take vacation and time off work during these months, so I would love to hear it. DM me on, Instagram, or text me on Buzzsprouts. And yeah, till next time.